Debris from a Chinese rocket is expected to crash to Earth in an uncontrolled return this week, and the debris belongs to the Long March 5B rocket. It was launched on the 24th of July but was left in what is being described as an uncontrolled orbit. Now, the rocket's booster stage is now headed back. The location of the debris is still not confirmed, but this has raised many questions on how different countries actually treat their space junk. Now, recent rockets heading to China's unfinished space station known as the Tiangong lack the capability for a controlled re-entry. Our next report gets you all the details.
It took off in glory. It's returning in pieces. China's rogue rocket, the Long March 5B, is headed back to Earth. On the 24th of July, the rocket was launched in style from the Hainan province. It was carrying a module for the Tiangong space station. Once the job was done, China left the rocket's booster stage in uncontrolled orbit, instead of making a controlled descent to Earth. The huge booster is now headed back, disoriented and disintegrated. How much does it weigh? 20 tons. Where will it crash? No one knows. The object will break apart as it enters the atmosphere. The debris could be scattered all over Earth. According to the Aerospace Corporation, the possible crash sites could be in the US, Brazil, Africa, India, Southeast Asia and Australia. And how severe will the impact be? It's difficult to assess, but experts say the crash won't pose a risk to people, and yet it's a matter of concern. You see, this is the third time China has done this, left a rocket in uncontrolled orbit. In 2020, the first Long March 5B rocket crashed in West Africa. The debris caused damage but no injuries. In 2021, debris from the second Long March 5B rocket crashed in the Indian Ocean. It splashed harmlessly in the waters, but sent diplomatic shockwaves. Now, debris from a third Chinese rocket is headed towards Earth. Scientists the world over have had enough. They're lambasting China for failing to meet safety standards. Also for violating international regulations on space debris. China is calling their complaints hype, and the media reports fabricated.
The report you mentioned is a political lie fabricated by a few Republican lawmakers who harbor ill intentions towards China. This has no factual basis. It seems that some American politicians have a China phobia and a persecution mania.
China may be downplaying the fears, but its track record doesn't help. In November 2021, the ISS was forced to perform a maneuver to avoid collision with debris from a defunct Chinese satellite which Beijing had destroyed. Then in March 2022, a leftover piece of a rocket created a 65 feet wide crater on the moon. Had this piece hit the International Space Station, the consequences would have been disastrous. Scientists pointed fingers at China. Beijing shrugged off all responsibility. So what can be done to fix this? Nothing much, besides praying that Chinese debris doesn't land on our homes.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.